Hi, my name's Rich Bennett, and of course, I run HarfordCountyLiving.com. I started this to bring on some people from Harford County and businesses to talk about their events coming up and anything else that's going on, whether it's promoting their business, a book, or anything. So I'm asking you right now, if you're here in Harford County, contact me. Let's get you on here. It's just a short 30-minute show for you to talk about yourself. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and click that thumbs up and the notification bell so you're always aware of new episodes coming out. Email me at rbennett@harfordcountyliving.com and let's get you on here and start talking about you and your business and your events.
Hey guys, it's Joe Ayler, Tar Heel Construction Group. We are here in Abingdon, Harford County, Maryland. Just to let you guys know, we're Tar Heel Construction Group. We are a local home improvement contractor focusing on roofing, siding, and gutters. Give us a call at 410-638-7021 or reach out to us online at tarheelconstructiongroup.com. Have a great day.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Harford County Living. My name is Rich Bennett, sitting here with the beautiful Megan Hallett from Visit Harford, because we all know you all like to look at her better anyway. So, how you doing, Megan?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I am doing good. St. Patty's Day is coming up, my family's holiday.
Yes.
Unless you live in Ireland, then they're like, "Come on, man, really?" It's like,
Like this is just another day for us.
yeah. But just keep it busy, staying out of trouble, losing more hair. That's why I got to wear the hats.
Great.
Waiting to find out if still kicking around an idea that I mentioned to you guys earlier for the holidays. I actually mentioned it to somebody from the chamber because it's like, why not do it at Jingle Mingle?
There you go. Yeah, listeners, make sure you're coming back because we've got some stuff in the works for the holidays.
Oh yeah, already Christmas. Talking about Christmas holidays already.
Yeah, I feel like we were just talking about it. It'll be here again before we know it. We're already in March, so Harford County is about to get even busier. But it's all good things. We have so many things coming up, so many events.
Oh,
schools.
I'm going to make you happy because you guys have been hollering at me. My co-hosts have been hollering at me because of all the breweries in Harford County. I've never been to one yet.
That's right.
I went to one this past Sunday.
Let me guess. Oh gosh, they're all so great. I can't guess. Which one was it?
Battery Island.
How was it?
Right there in I don't know yet.
Oh, you're planning to go. You haven't.
No, I went. So all right, here's what happened. So it was my brother-in-law's 60th birthday.
Okay.
And he wanted to do lunch at Coakley's Pub.
Yes.
So I told my wife and daughter, I said, well, let's get up there early because I love to go to Blue Heron, to gift shop and get stuff. They carry a tea there. I love. So we went there and then we went to Coakley's and then, we're sitting in there and my brother-in-law, somehow or another, we got on the subject of wrestling. And I told him, I said, right there at the State Theater, they have wrestling this afternoon. He's like, really? He said, that place is open?
Yeah.
Because he had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, yeah. And
they have wrestling?
Yeah. So we finished. I told him, I said, yeah, there's a brewery up the road there too. I would, if you want, let's walk up there because I'd like to get a growler to go. So we did. We walked up there and I looked at the menu, didn't have my glasses, of course. And two guys went up there. I said, hey, you guys come here often? They're like, well, yeah. I said, well, what's your favorite beers? And they named two beers. I said, well, out of the two, what's your favorite? Well, they said, definitely Dayman. I said, oh, okay. So the lady came out, asked me what I want. I said, well, and I didn't know this. She says, I want a growler of the Dayman. Well, I didn't know they didn't sell growlers there, but you could bring your own. But they sell the cans and they fill up the can there. I had no idea. Like I said, I'd never been to a brewery here in Harford County yet. Yeah. So I did get a can to go, and I'm good. I put it in the refrigerator. I'm gonna try it this weekend.
Nice. You're
See
gonna
how it
have
is.
to do a special episode where you try it on camera,
Ooh.
a tasting.
Oh, actually, what I would like to do. Well, I'll talk about that another time. I don't
Yeah,
want to give away my ideas to
anybody
everybody.
listening to us rambling about future ideas, make sure you come back.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, because
Yeah,
I forgot about Market Street too. Market Street Brewery
overall.
is right there, right around the corner, I think.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, hey, you're gonna make it to all of them eventually. So you're
Oh,
going
I
to
am.
hit all 11 stops on our libation trail, and you're gonna check into all of them on your passport.
Wait a minute. There's 11 breweries? Or is that breweries and wineries?
Breweries and wineries combined.
Okay.
Yep, yep. So yes, well, one of them is also a distillery. So
Is that White Tiger?
well, what we used to have White Tiger, Fiore.
Oh,
Fiore
Fiore is. Okay, that's
actually,
right.
they're actually the first official distillery in Maryland.
Really?
Yep. So we were there this morning talking with their grandson Tony. Fox 45 came out to talk about the Gunpowder Wine Trail, which I know we'll get into. But yeah, and they're the 12th bonded winery in the state of Maryland.
I
So
didn't
when you
realize
go
that.
in there, they have it's really cool too. We were looking at and I hope I'm saying this correctly. It was 7 in the morning, but Tony was telling me about this their spirits that they have, and they have a blue crab one that's like pretty sure it was a vodka, and they infuse it with cooked crab meat and like the aroma from cooked crab meat, which really has like that crab come through. And
Uh-huh.
and if Tony's listening, and you need to fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that's how he said they go and make it. And so he said that there's this entire process that they have. So if you're looking, anyone out here, I'm going to plug Fiore and all of our wineries in just a second because they have spirits out there. I mean, he had moonshine of every flavor. They have their bourbon there. They have, grappa, which is like back to their Italian heritage and roots. So, yeah, couple good spirits to take home with you in addition to your bottles of wine. So,
Well, maybe that's why they just won. They just won the Harford County Living Choice Award for
they sure
favorite local
did.
winery. Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I guess I better get out there then.
Yeah. Yeah. And not to mention, so, I mean, I guess, do we want to kick it off talking about March being Maryland Wine Month?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm thirsty. Thursday. Did I say Thursday? Thirsty. I never mind. Go ahead.
well, so I know our executive director had his grilled cheese from Vagabond during restaurant week, but
Yeah, which he ate
unfortunately,
in front of me.
I know it was tempting, which is why I decided not to have a glass of wine from each of our 3 wineries in front of me,
Thank you.
just to not, not to upset you. But
Mhm.
but we do have in the state of Maryland, it's March is Maryland Wine Month, and it's also International Women's Month. And the 3 wineries we have in Harford County are actually all women owned. So we're kind of double dipping in the special months that we have. But Fiore Winery and Distillery is in Pilesville. And then Harford Vineyard and Winery,
Weenies.
so they do a lot of live music. They have
Mhm.
like yoga classes out there too. So they just had a really cool charcuterie making class that you can do there. So it's perfect if you get like a group of your girlfriends together. They had a sorority come in and do it. So there's a lot of different, group events that you can do at these wineries as well, which I love. There's so much space. And then I don't know if you know this about Mount Felix, because I think it's like a really cool thing that they have that I want to try, but I wish I could just practice on my own first. But they have tea parties.
At
But
Mount Felix?
a tea party is nighttime driving range with some glow in the dark golf balls. That's
Oh, that kind of tea
that
party.
kind of tea party. Yeah. So
Interesting.
So, if you think of, a couple and wife wants to go to the winery, but husband wants to go golfing. Now you got a 2-in-1. And you can even go and stay until nighttime. And then the golf balls are glow in the dark. So you're able to see how you perform, either before or after your glass of wine. So it's really cool. And I don't know if they still have it anymore, but during the fall, so if anyone remembers this and goes back in the fall, they have pumpkin wine at Mount Felix, and they put
Why
cinnamon
not?
sugar in the rim, and it's like the perfect fall drink there.
Wait, what do they put around the rim?
Like a cinnamon sugar rim on the wine glass for the pumpkin wine. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know if they still have it. I know we're starting to get closer to spring, but if they still have it, I mean, that's one of those pumpkin flavored things you could drink year round, in my opinion.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So I know you haven't made it to the breweries, or, well, now you have, but you haven't had a beer in the brewery yet. Have you been to our wineries?
The only one I've been to is Harford. That's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
only one I've been to.
Family owned, a lot of space.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. The first time I was out there was before the new building
Hmm.
was done. And then I went out there. I can't remember. There's a bottle of wine there that they have that my wife loves.
Oh.
And I'll go there. Yeah, I try to get there at least once a year
Hmm.
to pick up a bottle of that.
Nice, nice. Yeah. I mean, they all just have like their own kind of niche or like go to, and they're
Yeah.
also, I love that they all are so different and have like their own thing, but they all come together for the Gunpowder Wine Trail. Like, aside from the Harford Libation Trail, like they have their own wine trail, and there's a winery in Baltimore County that's on it too. But to see them put on like an official event like that, so what you can do any day in the month of March is you can go to the Gunpowder Wine Trail website. We also have it pinged on our Visit Harford events calendar too. You buy your ticket and it gets you access to all 4 wineries, even the one in Baltimore County too. But you get tastings with it. You get different samples. So I know tastings and samples are different sizes. You get a commemorative wine glass to take along with you, and you get all discounted bottles to go. So it's the price of the ticket to be
And
able to
that's all month?
any day of the month of March. Yeah. It's really
Huh.
nice. When you look at like buying the ticket and you compare it to what, an average day, and I would even argue all of our wineries are very, budget friendly and cost
Yes.
effective anyway. But when you look at the deal you're getting here, what a perfect weekend of drinking wine at a, and
Hmm.
getting those discounted bottles to take back home with you. You can enjoy it after March as well.
So are they gonna have any green wine for St. Patty's Day?
Ooh, I don't know. That's right around the
I don't
corner.
I don't know
Depending
if that would be
on
appetizing looking. Well, why not? You can have green beer.
yeah, hey, you know what? That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So,
But yeah,
peppermint flavored wine. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't know. There's
Well, look, if you can have pumpkin flavored wine, I
which is
think you can
good.
have peppermint flavored wine.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, nothing is off limits.
You
And
gotta try it.
hey, sometimes you experiment and you end up with, the next best thing. So who
So
knows?
if any of
Don't
the
share
wineries
too
out there, if you make a peppermint flavored wine, just wanna let you know that it was our idea first. You have
much.
to you have to name it after Megan and I.
Yeah, don't share too much more, or else they're gonna steal it. But yeah, kind of coinciding with Maryland Wine Month, is St. Patrick's Day. You got Looney's, Sean Boland's.
Mhm.
So it's really, go out and enjoy yourself.
I
Obviously,
think every restaurant on St. Patty's Day becomes Irish.
it does. And, and even if you wanted to kind of match up doing your Gunpowder Wine Trail experience or just your libation trail in Hartford
Mhm.
experience, with St. Patty's Day, you can book a Hartford Brew Tour. So Hartford Brew Tours, they can, you get your bus of up to 23, you and your closest friends.
Yeah.
And you build out your itinerary, or you pick one of the pre-made ones they have on their website, and they're picking you guys up from, if you're all at your friend's house, they're picking you up there. They're not going to just drop you off in
Oh.
a parking lot and still make you find a way to get home. So if you want to have fun and do the whole libation trail experience this March, I personally recommend booking a Harford Brew Tour that weekend, because Brian or one of his drivers is going to take you around from place to place. You're having a blast on the bus. They're, they have a whole, we were just in it today too, when we did a news segment and we covered it. And we were in the bus today. They've got music, they've got, snacks, things like you're set. And they're giving you a little bit of history about the different breweries and wineries on your way. So it's a whole experience. And then you get to hop out, have a round or two, you hop back on, you go to the next one. So that's my plug for Harford Brew Tours. And then they drop you back off at home. So you don't even have to worry about driving yourself back home. You just go to bed. And that's it. It's great.
You said Brian, right?
Yep.
All right. Brian, if you're watching this, get in touch with me because I want to do from my podcast. I want you on there. I got an idea I want to run by you.
Yes. I will let Brian know.
I get yelled at.
He's not listening. I will tell him to listen to the whole episode, but if he doesn't have time, today's his birthday, we'll go to the 14-minute mark. So happy birthday, Brian. We're plugging Harford Brew Tours. It is truly, in this day and age where you really have to be concerned about other people on the road. And you also have to factor in transportation to your plans. Choosing them as a viable option and the safest option is my 10 out of 10 recommendation, because they're also, not that I'm trying to shade other companies, but they're way more cost effective than some other rideshare companies that I won't name, but they make sure that they are priced even lower than those. Because
how many buses does he have now?
Oh my goodness, he has definitely more than 2.
Okay.
But yeah, so I know that they're always running. Yeah, they have one that they're doing right now, actually. So they're out and about in Harford County, just stopping on the Libation Trail. And while you stop, and I'll plug it again, and Rich, I know you made yours the last time, your Harford Trails digital passport.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I checked in today to the Harford Vineyard, and I got some points on my Harford Trails. So before I know it, I'll be getting a free hotel stay.
I keep forgetting to use mine.
You have. I wish I could transfer some points too, because I don't think I'm allowed to win. but definitely don't forget. Yeah, it's such a nice way. And I think you can turn your notifications on your phone so that when you get close enough to a place where you can check in, it'll pop up and tell you to check into it. And you just click check in.
Oh.
Yep. Our smartphones are getting smarter. And it'll just ask you click one button.
Apparently you have to be smart to use them too, because I didn't realize that there's a do not disturb thing.
Oh yeah.
Until my daughter showed me. And then it's like, oh, great. So whenever I'm recording, I always put on do not disturb.
Yep.
But I keep forgetting to take it back off and wonder why I keep missing phone calls.
Are you forgetting?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, no, it's a wonderful thing. And where else people use do not disturb is when they're going to see a show at one of the theaters in Harford County. And there's a lot of opportunities in March for that.
Yes.
Did you get your tickets for Beauty and the Beast?
No. No, when is that? That's the 10th, right?
Yep. So there's a couple different events that they have, multiple different opportunities that you can go 10th, 11th, or 12th. You didn't get your tickets because you're secretly an actor and you're in it, right? Is that your way?
I'm the Beast.
Letting us know your acting debut. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast. There's a couple more opportunities to go and see it at the Chesapeake Theater at Harford Community College. You can get your tickets online for that. And people that I know have already gone to see it, they said it's absolutely outstanding.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, between the different outfits, costumes, all the set design, people are saying they really have outdone themselves. So
okay, is it me, or are you seeing better performances coming to Harford Community College now?
I would say even just
Harford, not just the arena, but even the Chesapeake Theater and all.
Yeah, and even the State Theater and Havre de Grace. Like I know we're gonna have the McCartney experience this Friday there as well, to plug that too. But I just think that Harford County as a whole is really, really, really showing that we're serious about the arts. We have 2 arts and entertainment districts in Havre de Grace and Bel Air, and I think that we're dedicated to showing that we are a very well-rounded county, whether it's our sports experiences or our arts and
Oh,
entertainment or our dining. I'm so proud of this county for, not just how they rebounded after the pandemic, but just everything that all of these different organizations or entities are putting on, because it's amazing for the locals to have something to do, but now we're showing other people what we have going on as well. So I agree. I think things are really, really, really leveling up here.
hey,
So
you know what? Speaking of sports experience, because of you guys, I just had the Ripken experience on my podcast,
oh, sweet.
which I didn't realize for that baseball starts the weekend of St. Patty's Day weekend.
Yeah,
And I got to get up there to see. I just want to see all 9 stadiums.
it's really cool. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I've only been to the one.
And I know kids just have an absolute blast. They truly get
Oh,
that experience of like under the lights, having the walkout music when you're up to bat. Like you really can't beat that. The announcers, and for the families
they're
too.
getting that major league feeling.
Yeah. And that can be really inspiring for a kid to keep pushing. It's sometimes it's hard to get your child to commit to a hobby or to a sport. And I think when you show them what it could be, that can
Yeah.
really motivate them. Yeah, it's great. And don't you just love like how like conveniently it's located to our hotels, and then they can just
Yes.
go, there's so many restaurants that you can go and dine at. So even if a family came, they can just stay for the whole weekend. And the way it looks now, there's going to be a festival. I can almost guarantee it whenever they come here, because that's what it seems to look like. Either there's a live performance, a show, or a festival pretty much almost every weekend that we have.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, St. Patty's Day is right around the corner. You know what else is on St. Patrick's Day is the EWA Pro Wrestling. I know you and I were talking about that earlier, but you can go see that at the State Theater on St. Patrick's Day. They're having a Sweet 16 tournament there. So if you're into the competitive side of, the pro wrestling, and you want to sit around and have, some food, some drinks, and cheer on your favorites, that'll be going on.
EWA?
I think that's yeah, that's like the company, I believe that is.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard of them.
Yeah, and what I love too, it always makes me, really happy that any food that they sell there too, they send it to Luna's House Animal Rescue. So
Right.
they're always giving back there, which is great as well. But yeah, the wrestling company that puts all of that on, they're from Maryland, I believe. I don't know if every wrestler is, but that's where they're training.
No,
So
usually on the indie circuit,
yeah.
you get wrestlers come from everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Eastern Wrestling Association.
Okay.
So they're making their way to the State Theater. So, after your,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. So, maybe you go have, a pint, at, Coakley's or somewhere, wherever, whatever tickles your fancy. And then you go root on the wrestlers who are having a blast.
And for
Hopefully.
those of you
Blast.
yeah, for you wrestling fans out there, I don't know if y'all realize this or not, but every month there's a wrestling event here in Harford County. The State Theater does a lot with Combat Zone Wrestling.
Mhm.
And then here, in Joppatown, we have Maryland Championship Wrestling, which is also a training center, and
Yeah.
they do events all the time. So yeah, if you're a wrestling fan like I am, yes,
Yeah.
believe it or not, there you can always find wrestling. Matter of fact, just this past Sunday at the State Theater, they had Combat Zone. They had an 8-man ladder match.
Jeez.
In that, I was because my first thought was, wait a minute, they can get ladders in there? But I've never been there for a wrestling match. But I was
It's
talking to a buddy of mine.
it's
He
amazing what
said,
they can do.
"Oh yeah, yeah,
As long as
we'll
they
have to go one time."
I was gonna say, as long as they're not expecting crowd participation, I'll go. Because if I go with you, you would be volunteering me for everything. And
Yeah.
as much as I'm, hoping for my viral moment one day, I don't want it to be that.
You know, so funny you mentioned that. I had my neighbor. I've taken him to 2 events at Maryland Championship Wrestling. He will not go with me anymore. because both times the last match was a Falls Count Anywhere match, and they asked us to get up, and they took our chairs and started beating each other with them. So I think he's like, nah, I don't want to go back anymore. I'm like, it's fun.
Well, I think if you were like me growing up and I was a kid that watched, WWF before it became WWE,
Yeah.
and you want a little taste of some live pro wrestling, I think the one that actually I know the one that's going to be at the State Theater. If you take your kids there, I don't think that their chairs will get stolen from them. So I think you'll be good.
Well, I was going to say, I think the State Theater's chairs are bolted down, aren't they? With the exception of the ones they put around the ring.
Right, but those wrestlers are strong. They'll tear them. I don't put anything past them. They are strong and talented.
Hey, Dan McDevitt, if you're watching this, do me a favor. Get Megan in the ring one time.
Call up Ronda Rousey. I'm ready. Oh, that's boxing. Wrong. It's in the same family.
Just remember, visit Harford, Dan. Call them. Say, yeah, we want Megan down here. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Megan.
Please add to your calendar to also check what the Visit Harford health insurance policy is. But yeah, moving on from things that aren't going to injure us when we're out in Harford County, because we are a very safe and approachable county. And I promise all the wrestling that will take place at that event
will not include you, right?
Not include you. And even, after that, so that's all happening, St. Patty's Day weekend. And then as we're moving on to the second half of March, we're still going. There's a featured event at the college as well, Harford Community College, the Golden Dragon Acrobats. Oh. They are super, they're really, really cool. They do traditional acrobatics, a lot of different, heart-stopping stunts. Tickets start at $20. It's a 90-minute show, but, you've got contortionists, acrobats, jugglers, and they are putting on, a really, really impressive show where, from the people that I know that have seen them before, it's like you're on the edge of your seat just making sure obviously these are trained professionals, but like seeing what they can do, it's really, really cool. And they put a lot of different traditional dance and music behind it based on, various cultures. So it's an educational experience too, but you just get to see what they're capable of. You're like, that's actually a human body. And it's really cool. Yeah. So definitely.
It hurts me just watching them.
Oh, it definitely. Yeah. I would be going to the chiropractor the next day. That's for sure. But it's definitely one worth seeing and experiencing. And then coming up next at the arena is one that I believe you're going to, right? The Postmodern Jukebox event.
Love them.
Yes, I discovered them on YouTube many years ago. They had a video go viral, and I instantly fell in love with how they take, all of these songs from the past and they put a modern. That's why they're called the Postmodern Jukebox. Yeah, all these newer songs. And they have really such a great following. So I'm sure that that's going to be a sold out or close to sold out event. But it's really, perfect for families because multi-generational families, because each generation is going to recognize either the original song or the modern song. And then you get to talk about how they're blended together. So definitely a concert you'll be talking about on the drive home, I think.
To watch them. So those of you watching this, if you haven't had a chance to check out Postmodern Jukebox, just YouTube them. Look at some of the YouTube videos. I think the first one I saw was It's All About the Bass.
Oh, yep.
And they did it to the big band theme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, just phenomenal. And some of their latest ones now, if you watch them, they're doing them to like the old spaghetti Western themes. Mm-hmm. It's pretty wild the way Scott Bradley puts all this stuff together. It's I can't wait. I might get up there and perform with them.
Yes.
No, everybody will leave if I do that.
But I think it also just goes to show too how, not only is, Harford Live and all of the Harford Community College events, they're bringing in some really incredible, acts. And so you got to hand it to their, everyone getting those events coordinated. But just the county as a whole, like, we want to really be known for that too.
Yeah.
Be known for so much, of course, all of our trails, our open spaces, but also the arts and entertainment. So when you can bring in a group like that, I think that that's really proof that
Oh,
we love and care about the arts and all kind of art too. So
well, I mean, look who they just had, what, Sarah Evans up there,
it's really cool.
who is on, what, The Masked Singer.
I love that show. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Really
was
awesome.
just on that, and, um, who they just had somebody else on there that or up there that was it wasn't actually him. The Phil Collins Experience.
Everyone was
Which
saying that they swore it was Phil Collins the
yeah,
whole time and that he was just pretending it wasn't him. They said it was almost identical. Like, people were saying that have seen Phil Collins in concert were like so convinced it was him.
yeah.
So,
I mean, it's just
yeah.
they're getting I
Yeah.
don't know if Brad Cox is putting, feeding somebody's ear saying you gotta get this person, you gotta get that person or what, but I am impressed by everybody they're getting up there.
Oh, I mean, I think Harvard's just on the map.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're bringing them all in, and it's also just a testament of like how far we've come to. I think just
Mhm.
we're celebrating the Harford 250 anniversary, kicking off at the end of this month, which I know we'll kind of wrap up with, but just kind of looking at all of the history of where we were years and years ago to now too, and seeing not only our locals coming and buying tickets for these events, but you're getting people traveling to come to these. Even our breweries, they're having paint nights and
Yeah.
book clubs. Market Street just had a book club where they had to almost start turning people away. Over 70
Really?
over 70 people came for beer and books. So, and they're coming from all over, not just the county. So, you know,
Wow.
but I also think our local residents are also really fully understanding what Visit Harford offers in terms of like our thematic
Mhm.
trails and our promoting of events, and how a lot of these events and people staying in hotels and going to our local restaurants is doing so much to benefit our residents too. So the work that we're doing with Visit Harford, and we're bringing people in, is saving on average $1,000 in property tax for residents of Harford County. So
Wow.
anytime somebody comes here and stays or supports local and things like that, that's money that is making sure that those tax dollars are lower for the people that are here all the time. So
I love it.
we wanted to all, and we're thankful that it all kind of works hand in hand, because we can definitely use the knowledge of our residents to excite the people that come and travel in. But we're
Yeah.
also doing with our ambassador program, which to plug as well, Visit Harford has an ambassador program that has launched, and at the end of March we'll have some more ambassadors on there, experts from the county in all different niche areas, whether you're all things mom related for the kids, or you're all health and wellness, you're the expert on fishing. We're going to have those expert guides as our Harford ambassadors. So if you're planning your trip here, or you're maybe looking for something that you didn't realize was here all along, you can
Right.
on our ambassadors to give you that expert opinion on where to go, maybe a hidden gem that deserves more recognition, and we'll be pushing those out more throughout the year.
Is that something new?
It is something new, yeah. So
Okay.
yep. So actually, myself and Bob Bloom are kind of spearheading this here. So Bob is helping me come up with a couple other
The
ambassadors.
head ambassador of Harford County.
The head ambassador he's finding his crew of other ambassadors for us. So yeah, we're planning, our goal is fully by June we'll have our 12 ambassadors who can be your go-to for anything Harford related in their
I
niche
like
area
that.
of expertise. Thanks. Yeah.
I like that. That's a great idea.
They're residents here, so they're speaking
Right.
from their experience too, which we love. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Where
awesome.
else are you gonna find better ambassadors than people, that live here, especially if they've lived here a long time?
Exactly. Oh, exactly. There's, and they know where to go, what to do, any
Mhm.
things like that. So it's pretty awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, and before we know it though, March is gonna be over and we'll be into April.
Ugh.
I feel like we just celebrated New Year's, but we do have a couple things wrapping up the end of the month. So in addition to it being Maryland Wine Month, it is also Women's History Month. And at the Cultural Center at the Opera House, they're actually doing a Women's History Month event. It's all women's voices of American poetry. So if
Ooh.
you're somebody who's really interested to listen to live poetry, they're going to have different performers, and they're going to be sharing, poetry from a lot of impactful women in America throughout the years. That also ties into so much of the growth we as a county have made. So that should be a really cool night. Not only to learn about women's history, but also if you're really into poetry or, live spoken word, which can be really powerful. So
Yeah.
look forward to that as well. So that's on our radar. That's on the 24th of March.
Okay. I'll have
Of
to tell
course,
my daughter about that one.
yeah, it seems really, really awesome. So definitely looking forward to that. And then we're kicking things off at the very end of March. I know we've mentioned it before a couple of times, but this is Harford County's 250th anniversary. I know,
I'm old.
and we're happy to say that the first kind of kickoff event for this is on March 31st at the APG FCU Arena. This is the Harford Showcase. It's a gala event that night, followed by, really a big family fun day the following day. But that gala, it's a ticketed event. There's going to be speakers, music. There's going to be a lot of different, displays, art displays, beer, wine, light refreshments. The family fun
Is the
day.
Harford 250 beer going to be there?
You know what? I'll be honest. I did learn that some of our breweries have either sold out of their cans and still have it on tap, or they're getting close and they've already kicked all their kegs. So I'm going to keep everyone posted on if we need to make another batch, but they said it's selling out way quicker than they were expecting. So the Harford 250 Come See About My Pale Ale, you can buy it in a crowler, which is in between a can and a growler. It's one of those, the big tall boy cans.
Yeah.
So I have one as well, which is part of my idea that I'll share with you about our taste testings. But I think what's really unique too, it's the first time ever that all the breweries came together to collaborate. And
Yes.
they even said when we all met at Double Groove, which is also women owned for Women's Month, Lisa Moody, owner of Double Groove Brewing, said she's one of the few women brewery owners in the state of Maryland and country. So go support. And we were all there. And she said, I don't think I don't think that even in our 250 years, every brewery has been in the same room together. So
Wow.
they all came up with this pale ale, but every brewery obviously has a different process on how they make their beer. And they were like, well, we can't all follow the same exact recipe. It's still going to taste different. So each brewery has put their own spin on the pale ale. Maybe they added a secret ingredient or something that they know that their guests love in their other brews. So that also promotes you to go to all of the breweries, which I know is on your list to do.
Yes, it is. And the wineries.
Yes.
And the restaurants.
Or, so call up Hartford Brew Tours and say, I need you to take me to every single one, because when you go there and you try to Come See About My Pale Ale, they're all going to taste slightly different.
Yeah.
You kind of get that personality and just, it's kind of nice to be like, oh, have you tried, Double Groove's version? Oh no, but I had Slate. So it's really cool to see how they still had that creative opportunity. So
you got to tell them they need to make more.
Yeah,
they definitely have to make more.
I know a second batch is coming. It has. People are loving it. It's selling out. So
yeah, because I want to go to each brewery and get that particular beer.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I want to taste each one. I might have to rate them.
The labels are really cool too, because it has all of the breweries' logos in there. So it's really cool. So, and those are available while supplies last. So if you want to go and try your beer, I know, craft beers and things like that, you always want to try that one. And I would say keep the can if you get a can, because it's also a really cool label on that as well. And then before you know it, March 31st, if you haven't gotten your ticket for the Harford 250 showcase, you can go to harford250.org. We have it on the Visit Harford website as well, but you're able to purchase your tickets for those events. You can also purchase the collection of stories they have in their book that they've just released as well. So you can buy a Harford 250 book as well. It's a compilation called Harford in Their Own Words. It's Harford in the 20th Century. And it's a compilation of stories from impactful people throughout Harford County, sharing so much of what has led us to where we are today. So
including the story about the cow in Bel Air. Maybe, I don't know.
Page, but you'll have to buy it to see for yourself. Yes. But yeah, so it's awesome what we have going on in March. Before you know it, we're going to have, our spring festivals right around the corner, along with other spring events going on. But be sure to, get your Harford Trails passport on the visitharford.com website. Go to our, different wineries for Maryland Wine Month, also our breweries, to get the Harford 250 beer while supplies last there. Go have a tea party at Mount Felix as well. So there's truly so much going on. And if any of those shows that we plugged, go get your tickets now, because they tend to sell out quickly.
Yeah.
So you can secure them and even, start looking months ahead, because we've got a lot coming this spring and we want to make sure everybody gets to enjoy it.
And if anybody's got an event coming up, how can they let everybody else in the county know about it?
Yeah, so they can go to the visitharford.com website, and we have a spot on our website where you can click submit your own event. So when you go to events in the drop-down menu, it says submit your event, and you can actually, do it yourself. You don't have to call unless you have any questions, but really it tells you what you need to submit to us, your contact information, the name of the event, any website or pictures. Then it comes to us. We read through everything, make sure it all looks good to go. And then we click approve. It goes on to, our website. And then you can also share the link to our event calendar or to your actual listing as well. So we have a place for you to put your events, and you can put them months in advance too, just to get them on our radar.
And who knows? We may be talking about it on here.
Yeah, the sooner the better, because we would love to promote and push these out. So if you have an event going on, even if it's in June or July, we push things 6 months in advance. So once
right,
make sure Visit Harford knows, make sure Rich Bennett knows.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said that too, because when I started this, one of the things I said, if anybody's got an event coming up that they want to talk about, they're welcome to come on here and talk about it.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's free publicity. Why not? Take advantage of it.
Rich people, come talk to them. But
before Megan tells me that, not Rich, you can't do this anymore.
Please, somebody come talk to him. No, thank you so much for giving us a platform to share what we're doing with Visit Harford. Just to make sure everyone knows what Visit Harford does. We definitely want to make sure, and our website's visitharford.com. So, we want to really promote these events that are happening, not just to our residents, but really with our focus being a go-to destination.
Yes.
We want to show people that are looking for that weekend getaway or looking for that week-long summer vacation to shake things up from what they're used to. Harford County is that place. You're not going to run out of things to do here. Our event calendar is booked up, so you can definitely find something to do on whatever days you're visiting. And I know I always say this too, there's something for everybody. If you're going
there is.
Yeah, if you can ever remember either seeing in a show, or maybe it was your actual family, who knows, but going on a trip or going somewhere, and either the older sibling feels like they're too old for this, or the younger siblings aren't going to be able to do everything, or the parents don't, it's all kid related. That's not the case in Harford County. If you're coming here for a weekend getaway, there's something that just the parents might love and enjoy. There's something for your preteen or your teenagers or your adult children, even the little ones too. So we have things that are kid friendly, and we're even pet friendly. So you can also find out which hotels allow you to bring your pet with you. We have so many dog parks.
Yes.
You got to look. You can also, look at any of our listings too that let you know, where can your dog sit here while you dine. So we have a whole list. So not only are we kid friendly, we're pet friendly. So lots to do with the whole gang when you make your trip here. And visitharford.com can help you flush out all the details so you don't come here without any idea. You know what you're coming for. So,
Exactly.
but
Well,
you're going to find more along the way, I'm sure. So, yeah.
and actually, everybody watching this, leave us some comments below. If there's something you want us to talk about, or better yet, any of these events that you've been to, let us know about it.
Yeah.
Post it in the comments and tell us what you thought. And yes, you can even yell at me and say, "Yes, Rich, you got to get out to more breweries." I know it's going to happen. Megan, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I will say the only thing somebody should not comment is if they actually do steal your chair at the wrestling event. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. Anything else, tell us. But yeah, no, thank you. And we're almost halfway through March. Make sure you make it out to the wineries for Maryland Wine Month. Gunpowder Wine Trail. This is the month where if you are somebody that, loves going to wineries or just loves, buying bottles of wine, this is going to be the best month to do it. So not only can you go experience it and really get that full entire, immersive experience from the first winery to the last one on the trail, but you can also stock up at a really great discount when you purchase your tickets for the Gunpowder Wine Trail. So definitely, make your way out, support our women-owned businesses for women's International Women's Month. International Women's History Month.
History Month.
I want to make sure I get all the words in there.
International Women's History Month.
Herstory. Yep. And if you go to visit, and lastly, if you need a couple places to check out first, Visit Harford posts a monthly blog, and we cover some of our women-owned businesses on there for this month. So, yeah, you got to go.
Why do I have a funny feeling in the comments somebody's going to say that they want to see you take a chair to my head on the next episode?
I'll add.
Thank God we record in two separate places.
Oh, and by the way, I can be the one that edits the podcast that month if you want. You just give me all the coverage. I'll make sure it's edited perfectly.
Say goodbye, Megan.
Visit Harford.com. So many events going on. Rich, thank you so much. And don't forget, check into all of the places on your passport when you're all out and around. Harford Trails Digital Passport.
I got to make sure I do that.
Yes, it's worth it. Worth it. So many prizes.
I know. And
it's worth it. Turn on your notifications.
Yes, ma'am. Once I remember how to turn off Do Not Disturb.
We'll get there. Baby steps.